Tonight on Channel 6 News Weekend Edition, we have an update on a little boy fighting for his life after being shot during an apparent murder-suicide. Plus, a Central Texas baker is taking the Food Network channel by storm. You'll meet her in this week's Central Texas Spotlight. And how a local group is honoring veterans just in time for the holidays. Channel 6 News Weekend Edition starts right now. Good evening and thanks for joining us here on Weekend Edition. I'm Imani Payne. Well, we begin tonight with the first check of our weather. Everyone wants to know what to expect as we head into Christmas Eve and Christmas. Meteorologist Bill Hickey standing by with more. Hey, Bill.
Well, I was getting ready. I was excited. I was ready to talk about Christmas, Imani, but I know we're still haven't changed the forecast in that we're going to get an overrun pattern. You could feel the chill today versus yesterday, the 70s, today 50s, low 60s, a north wind. Temperatures are cooler. We're 56 right now. We're 56 in Temple, and tonight we're going to be cooling down gradually, but these winds, which are northerly, will become east and southeast. Warm, moist air over the top of cool. Overrun. Still got that liquid snow in the forecast. Back with more in a little bit. Imani.
All right, thanks, Bill. And we have an update on the condition of a 4-year-old Temple boy who was shot during a double murder-suicide earlier this week. Corden Fiddler's stepmother says surgery went well and says the boy is out of surgery for now. She says his bowel was repaired and doctors are now turning their focus to working on his bladder. She also says doctors have put Corden on some medication to help with swelling. But she says overall it was a good day. For ways you can continue to help the family, visit our website. That's kcentv.com. Now to Fort Worth, where a man is behind bars after police say he shot his wife's laptop because her music was playing too loud. Now here's a look at the suspect, 44-year-old Gary Lickens. Police say this happened around 2 this morning. Authorities say the man's wife received minor injuries from computer debris after Lickens fired his weapon. He then allegedly barricaded himself in his home before being arrested. He's facing a charge of deadly conduct for discharging a firearm. In national news, a small plane joined holiday travelers on an Alabama interstate this weekend, and cell phone video captured it all. Take a look at this. The pilot of the small plane says engine failure brought the aircraft down on Interstate 20, narrowly missing several cars. The pilot, an experienced flight instructor, had a student on board with him at the time of the incident. He says he couldn't make it to a nearby airport and had run out of options. He explains what was going through his mind in the moments leading up to that landing.
Probably everything I had taught students for the last 36 years, and picking out a place for an emergency, and then on an interstate you're landing with the traffic rather than against the traffic, and everything seemed to work out good.
Luckily, no one was hurt. With a tweet, President Trump announces Secretary of Defense James Mattis will be leaving 2 months early. In the tweet, President Trump says the Deputy Secretary of State will become Acting Secretary of Defense beginning January 1st. Earlier this week, Trump said Mattis would be retiring with distinction at the end of February. And Mattis himself set his exit date as February 28th in his resignation letter. But the New York Times reported today that Mr. Trump, angry with coverage of the resignation, wanted to expedite his departure. So have you finished your holiday shopping yet? It's okay if you haven't. The National Retail Federation says around 40% of us are still grabbing gifts in the week before Christmas. Channel 6 News reporter Andrew Moore is no exception. He's in Temple with some last-minute shopping ideas. Hey, Andrew.
Yeah, Money, I don't quite have everything.
Well, still ahead on Channel 6 News Weekend Edition, Quilts of Valor honors a local veteran just in time for the holidays. We have a look at the surprise next. Plus, a Central Texas baker is taking the Food Network channel by storm. You'll meet her in this week's Central Texas Spotlight. Stick with us.